Good evening, everyone. If I could have you please rise for the invocation and collection of flags. Karyn?
And we bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity that we have to come together as a county. Lord, as we gather today, may we listen with open hearts and minds. May our decisions reflect your will. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll now have the Can you hear me now? We're making that good. Right. We'll now have the reading and approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Make a motion that the meetings, the minutes here for the meeting.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you, motion carries. We have no old business before us today, but we do have some new business, and the first order of that new business is we have two new board members. Larry Brown, on my left, is new board member. Larry, share a little bit about yourself, your background with us.
Lived in Pickens County for about 8 years right now. Moved up here from Cobb County, moved a business up here. Have been a small business person for most of my career. Worked as an executive in the tire industry. Was also starting my career in the oil and gas industry. So have a little idea of how to build roads and locations and those kinds of things.
Thank you, Larry, welcome. We also have Stephanie Ray. Stephanie, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Ray. I'm a local small business owner here in Pickens County. I own the car wash on Burnt Mountain Road. Formerly, R&R Body Shop. I have always been in Pickens County. My dad was a small business owner. And honestly, I remember when McDonald's came in, so I've always been here.
Thank you. Well, we're going to change the order. I asked the staff to change the order around to move along to what we perceive to be the easier and simpler ones first, so we can move and make some progress. Do I have a motion to change the order as listed?
I'll move.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, under our regular new business tonight, we had RZ 19005, and that one's been withdrawn.
That is correct.
Do we need a motion to recognize the withdrawal?
Yeah. Well, no, it was after publishing.
Just after publishing, let's go ahead and get a motion to agree to the withdrawal.
Okay, can I have a motion to,
Motion to agree to the withdrawal.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, right hand? Motion carries, thank you. All right, we'll close that and we'll open a hearing on RZ 190909.
So I'm gonna actually start by incorporating the entirety of the office's file and video recording and the planning commission's hearing, including but not limited to all witness testimony, in order that this information be made part of the record and shall be available for the board of commissioners to review. I'm also gonna add that everything that's gonna be presented tonight, if approved, all future development will comply with applicable codes to ensure that all residential structures on the property meet safety regulations and protect the health and welfare of surrounding residents. So RZ 190909 is Charles Hoetink. It's located at 119 Inland Drive in Talking Rock. Mr. Hoetink is proposing to take a 1 acre portion of parcel 002, 001, 007 from ag to ER. The intent is to add the additional acre to create an estate residential parcel. So probably, I don't know, several rezone hearings back, Mr. Hoetink came in and sectioned out two individual 3-acre parcels and took it from ag to ER. And to my understanding, the person who is either going to buy or has already purchased the furthest east one is wanting an extra acre. So you can see on the map behind you, that's that 002, 001, 013. The parcel that they are wanting to rezone to ER now is what's outlined in red, and it's actually gonna be combined with that parcel next to it. This falls in the rural residential character area. After reviewing the applicant's request, the staff recommends the rezone of the 1-acre portion of property designated as 002, 001, 007 from ag to ER to be approved. That's not in there. With the following condition that it must be combined with the adjoining parcel 002, 001, 013. The remaining 29.61 acres will remain ag. The zoning request is in accordance with the objectives outlined in the comp plan for the low-density rural development.
Thank you, Ashley. Mr. Hoetink.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
How we doing?
We've seen you before.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
Regular, yeah.
What can you add to what Ashley has?
No, actually, was fine. The property has been bought by a young couple. During the process, they had a healthy baby, so they're planning on building a house and raise their kids there, so. And I want an additional acre, and I told them they could have it as long as you all approve.
Aren't you in the grape business?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. How's the grape business?
I counted all my grapes today. It's doing really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
you counted them all.
We escaped the frost, so we're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Very good. Any questions from the commissioners for our guest? Okay, do I have a motion?
Move to approve the request as presented.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, right hand? Motion carries. Thank you. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Good evening.
Yeah. All right, we'll close that hearing and open a hearing on RZ 190904, James Dean. Ashley?
Thank you. So RZ 190904 is Grace Paget on behalf of James Dean. This parcel is located on Big Ridge Road. The request is to take a 2.2-acre parcel from rural residential to suburban residential. That parcel number is 034084204. The intent is to build 2 homes to accommodate aging family members. As you can see behind you, it is gonna be that northernmost parcel that's outlined right here, that they wish to take and split into 2 individual parcels. This is in the rural residential character area. After reviewing the applicant's request, staff recommends denial of the 2.2-acre tract identified as parcel 034084204 from RR to SR. Approving this rezone would conflict with the comprehensive plan, which promotes primarily ag, small ag, and some residential and estate residential lots. It is imperative that this area retains its rural residential character and remains classified as rural residential with a minimum of 1.5-acre lots as previously established.
Thank you. And Mr. Paget? Ms. Paget, come forward. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I was better 5 minutes ago, but
Do you want I've got your PowerPoint in here.
yeah, if you don't mind, yeah.
If you just click the next one, you'll go right to it.
Thank you. So I got a little heads up that this wasn't part of the regular plan, so did a little bit of research and brought my information if you guys are interested in hearing it. I'm calling it the Dean Family Estate because my father, James Dean, I'm the youngest of 3 daughters. The property is currently, he has the front lot, I have the back lot that I've just finished building on. He's building his within the next month, I believe we're gonna start. And then my middle sister has 1 lot and the front lot is intended for my oldest sister. But I have a mother-in-law that lives in Canton and has already had 1 knee replacement and is about to have another one. And her house has stairs everywhere. So I just threw in some pictures so that you guys can see that's my property in the back. The porta potty is now gone, thankfully. We just finished April 1st. I wanted to share with you guys that we are a family of public servants. My husband is a fireman. He's actually in Alpharetta. He's volunteering with Hinton now. I'm a licensed nurse. I'm not currently working in the field because I needed to be there for my younger son, but that's what we do. That's who we are. This is my father's plan for 610 Big Ridge Road. We've already got the building permit, and like I said, we'll be moving forward with his. It's a barn dominium. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, mainly garage because that's what he likes the most. The remaining lots, the back one is, belongs to my sister that currently lives in Woodstock. She's on basically what we've built. She's got that same thing in Woodstock with her husband's family, so they're there with, his sister and his parents. And, the front lot is the one that we're talking about. So, the surrounding properties, are not really rural residential. Let me see where I've got it all listed out here. So,
It's on the next one.
is it on the next one? There it is. So the zoning variations in our area are all over the place. The borders of the property include urban residential in the rear. Most of the property behind me is urban residential. And then to my right is small well, I'm sorry, you're looking at it from the left. But to my right, this is small ag, but it's owned by a company and nobody lives there. The only thing they do is they keep equipment there. The people across the street from me, they have chickens. The people on my left, they have chickens. Nobody uses it as agriculture in my area. Maybe a few miles down the road potentially, but we're very close to Highway 53, maybe about a mile or so. Are there any questions? I went through talking about how we only have one child in the school system, so as far as using the resources of the county, we're not really doing anything, we're only contributing.
Any questions for Ms. Patrick?
You're not aware of the 6 chicken houses across the road from you?
They are not across the road from me, but down the street about a few miles.
A couple hundred feet,
Yeah.
or a couple of yards.
I would be willing to debate that, but I don't have a map in front of me, so I'm not gonna go too far with that.
Yeah, once you go around the curve, you're up on top of the hill.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So, but all of the properties on the front side, there's actually like 3 suburban residential lots that are within a mile of me as well. So, it just kind of makes me wonder why it's okay there and then you have urban residential that actually touches my property and that it would be a problem. So.
Further questions for Ms. Patrick? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we, go with staff's recommendation to deny the subdivision.
We have a recommendation, a motion to accept the staff's recommendation to deny. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion? All in favor, please raise your right hand. 1, 2. All opposed? 2 opposed. Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Passion.
Thank you.
All right, we'll close that hearing and open the hearing on CU 190908, Dan Poole. Ashley.
So CU 190908 is Dan Poole on behalf of Poole's Farm LLC. Property is located at 8269 Highway 53 East. It is actually 2 parcels which make up about 367 acres. It's currently zoned ag. Those 2 parcel numbers are 051003 and 05100303. The intent is to use 367 acres as an event space for Jeep Fest, paintball, model airplane club, and church events. As you can see behind you on the map, it actually has it highlighted still as rural residential in that lower left-hand corner, but that is one, if you'll remember, Dan recently came to us and that was voted to be approved to be rezoned to ag. So both tracts are now actually zoned ag. This is in the Crossroads community of Marble Hill. After reviewing the applicant's request, staff recommends approval of the request for the conditional use of the 2 tracts that equal 367 acres, identified as 051033 and 05100330. Has to be used for an event space, Jeep Fest, paintball, model airplane club, and church events with the following condition. The applicants will work with staff to ensure that safety protocols are adhered to and that parking requirements and other applicable code requirements are met. The proposed conditional use aligns with the vision for the surrounding area as outlined by the Marble Hill character area. It has minimal impact on nearby community, being that the larger part of the 367 acres and what's actually being used is actually surrounded by a large amount of buffer that is similarly owned by Dan. So we've decided that it's minimal impact to the community based on that.
So you recommend approval?
Correct.
Mr. Poe, I didn't know you were into paintball.
Well, this is going to be a good story of how we got here. We've had Jeep Fest there for several years, and it had an exemption on the needing a variance through the Sheriff's Foundation and Development Authority. And then Mr. and Miss Stanley approached me a couple of years ago and said, hey, we want to have paintball over there. And Josh said, it's going to be big. It's going to be really big. People are going to come from far and wide to play paintball. I said, sure, you know. And sure enough, people do in fact come from far and wide to play paintball there. He's had people from
Louisiana last week.
Louisiana last week were there. So I am like, ooh. I did not come to get a permit initially because I thought it would be like 20 guys running around in sweatshirts with ski goggles on. And it is not. It is a full-fledged commercial operation. It is going well. I think it's a great tourist draw. And there is just minimal impact. No permanent structures on the property, and no requirement of resources.
Are these environmentally friendly paintballs?
Absolutely. They are, it's all food grade material. Absolutely zero toxic waste. It dissolves within 2 weeks. It's made out of gelatin, and you can eat it. It doesn't taste very well, but you can eat it. It doesn't harm anything.
You're Josh.
I am Josh.
Would you add to anything that Mr. Poole has said?
So, like you said, you know, we draw a large crowd. Every other month we have an event. We have 5 a year, and it draws roughly anywhere between 300 to 500 players, or people. Let's don't say players, just say people, because average car pool is about 10 people per team. And whether it's the staff, whether it's the just the audience is coming to spectate and watch watch their teams, their families play. We have the bounce houses for the children to have a good time. We try to include the community as well to come out and enjoy what we're trying to build for the community. Growing up in Pickens County myself, there's not very much for kids to do. So what I'm trying to do is picture something that I always wanted. When I was a young kid, I was rambunctious. I wasn't the best kid, but the one thing that kept me out of trouble, kept me always invested in something outdoors, away from video games, was paintball. I've played competitive paintball since I was 2003. My children, they play paintball, 6 years old. My son plays 6 years old. I plays paintball at 6 years old. In the county itself, the people that play paintball currently, there's only 6 of us. Everybody else is coming every single weekend, anywhere between an hour and a half to 3 hours away just to play paintball here. So I think that, bringing this, letting people come in, purchase food at, Mary's Bread Basket or, the little diner at Tate, I think that's going to be a really good community boost. So I think that what we're trying to do here is the best thing, for the county, is bringing people in, spending money at the local restaurants, local stores, and then leaving. So that's my thing.
So this is a business for you?
We are working on it, yeah.
Okay.
So we are trying. We want it to be the biggest thing that, biggest part of entertainment that Pickens County can have.
So as this business grows, is the plan to keep it at 5 events per year?
Oh yeah, because if you burn them out, they'll stop coming. You can't, it's a structured thing, so my entire life I've played 5 events per year. It's always been the thing. Would I like for it to be more? Absolutely. Now we do have weekend play, but it's not events. We're not bringing, 300 people, every single weekend. That's only the five weekends out of the year, so.
So the 5 events you do have, is traffic locally impacted? I know.
Oh, no, so we're not like the Jeep Fest, right? So
Okay.
Jeep Fest brings 3,000 people. We
Right.
bring 500.
Okay.
And in those 500, 4 or 5 people are in one single car. So we take up half the parking, a quarter of the parking that Jeep Fest or, even the rodeo does, so.
Further questions? Okay, thank you. Do you have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve.
We have a motion to approve. Karyn, are you gonna take out paintball?
No.
We have a whole girls team to travel
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, please. Motion carries. Good luck. Thank you. Dan's gotta stay, he's gotta take notes.
No, I got Max here.
All right, we'll close that hearing and open up CU 190903. Kevin and Karyn Smith. Ashley?
CU 190903 is Kevin and Karyn Smith. Their property is located at 834 Worley Crossroads. They're requesting a conditional use for, the best way to categorize it, we decided was event space. They have a 20-acre parcel located in, the parcel number is 065010. The intent is to use the 20 acres as an event space for small events, farm tours, and cooking classes. You can see behind you the map. It's gonna be the one that's on the right that's outlined in blue. It's 20 acres, you can see they've got their house on it. This is located in the suburban residential character area. After reviewing the applicant's request, staff recommends approval of the conditional use of the 20 acres on the property identified as 065010 to be used for small events, farm tours, cooking classes, and related events with the following conditions. Cooking and related classes will be held on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with a maximum of 12 participants conducted twice a month. Sunset yoga sessions will take place on Saturday from 5:30 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. with a maximum of 20 attendees to be held once a month. Farm tours will be organized no more than 3 times per week between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. And there are 2 special events that they are requesting, which these are the conditions for those. Vintage market days would be scheduled for October on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for 1 weekend. No lodging accommodations will be provided, but food and vendors will be present. Alcohol will be prohibited. Cleanup will be completed by Sunday with live music permitted until 10 p.m. and all lighting must also be turned off by 10 p.m. Jeep Fest is another one, which will feature an off-site area for attendees to engage with the community and experience the farm with all activities, including live music, allowed until 10 p.m. This proposed use is within the vibrant suburban residential character area, which is a community-focused environment that actively fosters and promotes activities designed to enhance social interaction and engage residents.
Thank you. The Smiths.
I have the video in the PowerPoint. So when you
We
said
can-
go, I'll just go
Yeah,
into, yeah. She's gonna turn, we've gotta switch the sound from the mics to the video. So we'll see how this goes. It may take a test. It's the middle. I don't know what that is. We're having technical difficulties.
Not going well right now.
We'll see.
Okay, here we go.
There's still no music, so bear with me again. We troubleshooted this before, I promise.
Okay.
You'll have to narrate it for us.
But they're such cute.
I can turn it up.
Is the volume all the way up?
It's, yeah.
Okay. Well, we can narrate it, it's no problem.
Please, go ahead.
Live it.
Well, it's only 3 minutes long.
Yep. This is our farm and Holy Crosses. We have a little small barn, some chickens. We have miniature Highland cows.
Hold on, just get this.
I'm trying to make it work.
It's okay. Gardens. Goats are real small, little goats. And everything's small there, except our llama. So we just named her Minnie. So everything's Minnie.
Everybody's gonna work at you.
I don't know. If y'all want to
Okay.
try to show.
It's okay, no,
her-
it's okay, it's okay. It just gives you an idea what the placement is. So wide open area.
So here's us, this is the Smith family.
Yep.
And these are the star of the show, Miranda and George, and they're the mini Highland cows. And we would like to do farm tours. These are a bunch of kids who come, and if any kid under 10 gets a cowboy hat and a bandana, so they get to be the farmer for the day. And they get to take it home with them and kind of talk about it and remember today, the day that they spent on the farm with the goats. We like to do cooking classes. We have a certified licensed chef I found out of L&J who would love to show people how to do sourdough starters and pasta making.
So yoga.
We like to do sunset yoga, so we can get a little zen on with our neighbors and enjoy stretching and enjoy just being outside. There's Minnie, our llama, and there's Miranda and George, the mini Highland cows. Our newest additions are the donkeys.
Miniature now.
Yep. We also have Jasper Business Club that we formed, and they meet every Thursday in our barn-dominium, and it's a good way for us to network with local businesses and get to know each other and support each other. I also invite photographers to come out there and hone their skills, and we're putting in a sunflower field so they can come and practice and use our barns, our animals, our pasture, and just get together and shoot families and enjoy, learning their skills. There's us working on the farm, taking care of our animals, and here is a kind of live shot of what we see every single day. That's Minnie, our llama. She's sort of the guardian. She takes care of everybody. She gets them in the barn every night, takes care of them. Every one of our fainting goats has a different personality, and you'll know when you come out how funny and goofy they are. But Minnie, she sort of takes care of everybody. And then the mini Highland cows, everybody comes out to see them. They all want to see the mini Highland cows, but at the end, I think they kind of fall in love with the llama because the llama's real nosy. And she'll come up, she'll smell you, and she'll kiss you, and she's real affectionate. So our intention is basically mostly farm tours for families, mostly share it with the community with yoga and cooking classes. That's where my heart is. When I first moved here, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with our space. I knew I wanted to do something. So I joined the chamber, and I talked to the chamber about what does this community need? I'm not from here. Him and I grew up in Michigan. We've known each other since 5th grade. And we've been in Georgia for 30 years. And we kind of said, after 30 years, we have grandkids, let's start a farm. We found this beautiful piece of property in Jasper a year ago. It's been exactly a year. And joined the chamber, joined in the Rotary. I've just found a love for this community. And the people here have been so nice to us and embraced us. And they've sort of shown us our way. We tried a lot of different things, and we sort of, at the end, found out what we really want to do and what would be really great for the community is these little, small, sweet events that bring in the families, and a couple big ones a year that we really thought would be super neat. But I will stay up after 8 o'clock at night, so I don't want to do weddings, I don't really want big parties, I just sort of want these cute, sweet little venues and a couple larger ones that we sell condition that can be really great for,
The Vintage Market Fest is a really great crowd. It's a good thing. They've always held it at Georgia Power.
I think it's
something.
at the Commerce Center. They approached us and they said, we really want to have it at the farm. It's so quaint, it's so neat. And what it is, it's like 3 days of vintage market, a high-end vintage market where we will only be the space, we're not the organizers. They've done this for years. They have one in Chattanooga, they have one in Atlanta, all over the country. And basically, it's a well-oiled machine. They just want to move it to Jasper and be at ours. It's 9 to 5. There's nobody staying overnight, and we're sort of honored.
They say the way their traffic comes in, it's just like a steady flow. It doesn't like there's gonna be cars lined up to open the gate. The traffic impact should be, they seem to really know what they're doing. They have a well-oiled machine. They flew a drone over and just made sure the property would work. And I don't think they're gonna be surprised by anything. They really done their homework on that. And also, it's just from 9 to 5, and then it's just done. They just really know what they're doing. And they're an impressive group. So, the Jeep Fest, we would love to, since we're so close, we'd like to have that event and offer an alternative, chill family thing, show people the farm, show them the animals, and just see how that goes. And we're also gonna be donating to the charity, bring a portion of our proceeds are gonna go to the same charity that the Jeep Fest supports. Yep. And that's about it. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, the 1 year we've been here, basically just found out that we love this town and we've sort of want to contribute any way we can, so anything else you
We
think of?
initially thought we wanted to do weddings. We had all this thing and we're like, oh, that sounds like a big headache. The farm tours they're just amazing. They're amazing. Yeah, I would, and this is not a big business. We start with a large fortune to make a small fortune. We've invested way more money into those farms and those barns and the animals and the gates than we'll ever make back. So, but if we don't have people, we don't get to show it to anybody. It's just really just fun for us.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
You said just small events. How many do you consider to be a small event?
Well, with our cooking classes, we can only do like a max of 10 to 12.
Okay.
Because, it's just too much for the chef to like really get hands-on and show people how to do. So I would say that, and the farm tours and the yoga, it's a 12 max. There may be a couple more, but it's just really a 10 to 12 venue.
When our family comes, there's more cars than
Yeah.
So you have plenty of parking?
we do. We have an 1/8 of a mile long gravel well. We have no mud, nothing, no ditch, and we have just over an acre of gravel, well drained perfectly. The guy who built that place did industrial parks, so he knows what he's doing. It's a beautiful driveway. Parking is not an issue, even if they're on our pasture. The ground is so well packed that it's zero issue.
So the two larger events you guys are looking at, the vintage market that's been going on, how large is the attendance there?
I can't speak on that, don't know.
That's a good question. It's new to us. We haven't really gone there yet. I've only just looked on their Facebook page, talked to them 3 or 4 times. They've come out. So I'd have to guess. I would say probably the entire time, probably a couple thousand people within 3 days. From 9 to 5. I think probably 300 or 400 a day.
I'm very local to the area, but I'm not real familiar and very new to this, so I have not rode by your property.
Okay.
And I'm familiar with traffic. Are you closer to 515 or Highway 5?
Closer to 515. Very.
Okay, because either end of that road, traffic is a nightmare, so
Yeah.
for the two larger events, I'm curious as to.
Yep.
They trickle in and trickle out. So I've talked to them about this, because I know our number one thing is we don't want a lot of traffic on our property either. We don't want a lot of late night anything. That's just not where I'm at in my life. So of course, she said, they trickle in and they trickle out. It's a vintage market. It's basically craft makers,
Right.
and they've been the same vendors for years. So they get excited every year where it's gonna be. And so this is a new adventure for them. It's gonna be outdoors for the first time. They've always had it indoors. They're gonna have like a tent in case
There'll be a
it's
tent
weather.
put up.
But how it is just like any sort of craft show. People come in, they go out. People come in, they go out. So I don't foresee any kind of like a major traffic
I
because it's
asked them about
Thursday,
a map,
Friday.
like a lineup in the morning, does it, and they said, it's not like that, it's trickle in. We have enough parking, they think, they know how many people, they've been doing this for several years, they think we have almost double the amount of parking we need. So that's gotta tell us a lot, because, we have a wide driveway, so the cars can park along there, but our driveway's 1/8 of a mile long. It's and the tent and everything, it's gonna be at the back part of our property, not up by the road. We are closer to the 515, right after there's a three-way stop there, or right after that.
The pasture, how big is the pasture?
Pasture 6 acres.
It would be 6 acres, and that sits off the road about, a fourth of a mile.
Yeah.
So it's pretty secluded, we're pretty far back.
Yeah.
So we're just excited that they might wanna do it there and,
Yeah, we definitely don't wanna bring any traffic problems there, they don't anticipate it being a problem.
Other questions from the board? All right, thank you.
thank you.
We have Justin Mattingly.
Your phone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Justin.
I'm one of their neighbors, so I can speak to like Worley Crossroads. I've been there, I don't think 7 years. And they're a great addition to the community, by the way. Everything they were speaking of, I think they're gonna provide a ton of value to Pickens County, to Jasper, to our area there. From a traffic standpoint, I don't think it's gonna be much of an issue. I mean, we were there before that big neighborhood went in on the end, next to 575 or 515. And don't worry about that. Sometimes first thing in the morning, like rush hour, 6 a.m., trying to get out of that intersection can be a little squirrely. But I think the times that they're gonna be doing this, there shouldn't be any issues with that. So I put in the notice to speak on approval, so just being a neighbor, I really like what they're doing. I think the community's really gonna benefit from a lot of things that they have to offer. So,
Thank you. I see you have an unplugged T-shirt
yeah,
logo there. Have you unplugged?
I'm unplugged. Well, I'm never unplugged, unfortunately. I'm a business owner myself, so my phone's always on and it's buzzing as I'm over here, but it's my reminder to unplug and be present with y'all. So, but yeah, I love doing all the outdoor stuff. We've got some critters to do, and I love what they're doing. Our family went and did a tour there. Our kids loved it. So if y'all haven't checked out their forum, it's a good spot. So, any other questions for me?
Thank you. Thank you. Further questions from the board? Do you have a motion?
Can I say, before you make a motion, I know there was some recommendation of conditions. I want to make sure that we get the conditions clear because they involve a couple events, and I want to make sure if we're tying them to events, we tie them to events. If we're tying to the property in general, we make sure all that's clear.
Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, as they're listed now, they're specific to each type of event. So cooking classes have their own set of conditions, the yoga has its conditions, farm tours has its conditions, and then generally the two larger events will have their conditions.
Those are the two. I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
it's clear that it's only for those two events.
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And that works for the Smiths?
Yes.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question on this conditional. Can they be conditional to the people who own the property now so that if they sell it later or someone else comes in, the conditional doesn't go with it, so that they might change the conditions or if they need to come back?
Yeah, I will say, my position on that is that it really should, the planning rationale doesn't really change with whoever the owner is, it's what the use is being made. So if there's any concern about that, we try to avoid going down that road, pick and choose which people we want. If you want to say, if it changes hands, the board may consider revoking, particularly with these conditional use permits, the board may initiate the new process. We want to go through a process of revocation or cancellation through the same process that it goes through, so that it still goes through the zoning procedures law process. If you felt like you really wanted to do that, we would just say, if there's a change of ownership, then the county could initiate a revocation process.
Or modification.
Or modification.
But as it is, if approved, it would follow it stays with the property, not with the ownership.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we recommend the staff's approval with the conditions that they have placed on the conditional.
Okay, we have a motion to accept staff's recommendation. The restriction and a second. Is there further discussion? All in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion carries. Anybody, you there, Harold? You in? Okay, motion carries.
Very slow.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll close that hearing and open a hearing on RZ 190911. Brandon, Brett, Roland. Ashley.
Thank you. RZ 190911, Brandon and Brett Roland. Their property is located at 726 Highway 136 connector in Talking Rock. Currently it's zoned agriculture with a small, teeny tiny portion being zoned rural residential. They wish to take the entire 36.62 acres to estate residential. The two parcel numbers are 018-030 and 018-030-004. The intent is to combine those two parcels to then create a 7-lot subdivision zone estate residential. As you can see behind you, it includes the parcel that's on the lower left-hand side that's currently zoned rural residential. This is in the rural residential character area. After reviewing the applicant's request, staff recommends approval of the combined 36 and some change, 018-030 and 018-030-004 from RR and Ag to estate residential to create the 7-lot subdivision zone ER. It will allow for them to tear down, which I think they might have already done. No, not yet. Okay. To tear down a house and then rebuild in that same location on that same parcel. The vision for this area aligns with the future land use map and comprehensive plan, which encourages low density development and low density uses. The state residential zoning mandates a minimum of 3 acres per lot.
Thank you. We have two Rolands or just one speaker?
Oh, we got two, but I'm the speaker.
You are? Are you Brandon or Brett?
I'm Brandon.
Okay, Brandon. Well, what can you add to what Ashley shared?
She hit it on the head. We were going for rural residential, and I sat down with Chris. We decided this would be a better route for the area, so we're gonna do the 3 acre. Most of them bigger than 3 acres, but we're just building new construction. Houses in the area, like to keep moving.
And so, do these front on 136?
Yes, they do, all of them do.
All of them, so you have driveways off of 136?
We'll have,
Connected.
yeah, there's a couple big tracks in the back, but the three, most of the ones on the road are 3 acres.
Yeah, there was a site plan, I think, that you guys
Yeah.
received too.
And what size house do you intend to build?
On 3 acres, we gotta build a little bigger than we were wanting, but under 2,500, right around 2,500.
So 2,500, what's the average cost of that house in lot?
We're hoping, I mean, we're trying, it's tough, that's a tough question. We wanna be in the 6s, so
It's gonna be tight.
it's gonna be tough. We don't know if we'll be able to be, especially on the bigger lots. We'll probably, try to do customs on the bigger lots, so we can just build somebody's dream house there. But the 3 acre lots, we like doing specs, but we do both, so.
But even on 3 acres, 2,500.
Yeah, the 3 acres, probably 22 to 2,500. If we hit 2,500 on the basement, we're gonna be out of the 6s, but.
Yeah, it's kinda hard to do it at less than $400, but.
We're pretty good, we do a lot of it ourselves, so.
So, then you're gonna construct all of it yourself.
Yes, that's the plan.
Questions from the board?
Oh, yeah, the materials, in one place it said 6 homes and in another it said 7 homes. Which is it?
We're shooting for 7.
7?
Yes.
And in the materials, it said 100 square feet to 22, so
Well,
move
that-
that to 25.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be in the 20, that was when we went in at RR, so we're gonna have to up the house, size of the houses to, for the 3 acre lots. So,
Do you own all that, the property behind it as well, on the AD property that's just on the corner of the large piece?
no, we just own that
Oh, okay.
piece there. There is an acre and a half, or a little over an acre piece that we're selling to the, there's an
Richards.
existing, yes.
The Richard.
We kind of, our property came all the way to his porch, and we were, I'm in that situation, so we're gonna sell him like 1.3 acres right there, trying to just buffer him from everything that's got going.
So that's 1.3 from the combined two.
Yeah, that's in this same piece, but we're just gonna let him, he's got an acre and a half, so he'll be close to 3 acres as well, so trying to just keep it all consistent. Yes, sir.
Further questions? Do you have a motion?
Move the application be approved.
Motion to accept the staff's recommendation. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand, please. Motion carries. So, we will close that hearing. There are no others on the agenda here. Are there any comments from the public? Any board comments? Again, welcome our two new board members. We either make you or break you here. So we're hopeful that we will all stay together for a while.
First one, too.
Director, do you have any comments?
Just a reminder to our two new members that we will have training for you all in Gwinnett, I believe it's in August. Karyn, I think you, I don't think I told you that, Jerry, that Karyn has been made aware of that. And if there's anyone else in the board that want to do the training, let us know. We still have time to make additional, what's the word I want to use?
Additions. Additional additions.
Additional additions, if you want to receive that training as well.
What's the date in August?
Is it August
21st.
21st? We'll confirm that very, very soon.
Is it all day?
Yes.
It's from 9 to 5. It gets out a little early though.
Okay.
Do they ever do the whole time?
What's next month look like, Ashley?
I think we've got 4. Yep. There's 1 highway business, 1. I think the rest of them are residential in nature. I think we just got the 1 commercial.
Okay.
Will be short and sweet, hopefully.
All right. Very good. You have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Very second. I think there was a second there. All in favor, right hand. Motion carries. Thank you all very much.